hear it differently than you did in the studio?
You know, first of all, long live Nipsey Hussle. The marathon continues. I'm grateful and thankful that I got to work with a king, an icon, a great father, and an amazing artist, and a great friend. You know, we was in our backyard. I was in my backyard, and I invited Nipsey to come over, and we've been talking about doing a record for a while, and he came over, was in my backyard, and we was like, not even talking about music, we were just talking about family. And I was talking about my son, he was talking about his kids, and his family, and my family. And I asked him, you know, how you mix, because I'm from, my mother and father's from Jerusalem. So I was asking him where he from, and he was telling me, and I was like, I never knew that, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's beautiful. And then, you know, he talked about his kids and his grandma and his mom. So we had like a real beautiful conversation about family. And also about, you know, investments and entrepreneurship, how to take care of our families and do what we love to do as leaders. And it was so beautiful. I was like, really listening, and we were just having a real great conversation. And then after that, we walked to the studio. So while I was walking to the studio, I said, man, that stuff you was telling me back in the backyard was so beautiful. You know, you should, you know, one day put that, you know, make a song about, you know, the roots and the how, you know, if you heard the song, the first verse, he talked about his grandma, his mom, and he was saying all that, and his kids. So I told him that, and then I walked in the studio, so I played him my album, and it was like 90% done. So I played him my album, and I wanted to see all the visuals, because I wanted to show him that how each record I'm treating as the one. That's how I was making this album, like a amazing body of work, and just some powerful anthems. So finally, he heard everything. He gave me so much love and props to how amazing it sounded. So I played him the record I wanted him on. So I played him the beat, and the beat is like gospel, you know what I'm saying? And I was just telling him, you know, I'm gonna, you know, put somebody like a John Legend on the hook, you know, do something big with the hook, but I wanna go off of your verse to come, because the beat will tell you the feeling already. It's spiritual, it's gospel, it's glorious, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was telling him. And he heard the beat, and he was like, you know, he was just vibing. And so I gave him space, because I see him started writing. So I gave him space, and walked outside, came back in, he's writing. You know, when, you know, checking in back, you know what I'm saying, give him the space just to get in his thoughts. And I came, he told me to come check him, so he played me like just a demo of what he about to officially lay. And he played it, I was like, man, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I love it. And I looked at this is what we was talking about in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? I was listening to it, I was like, special. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, my favorite artists, like a Jay-Z, Nas, Tupac, Biggie, you know, when they told their stories in their raps, you knew they were telling the truth because you felt it, and only certain artists can make you feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling them, you know, you big boy. And so he cut the verse again and made it the way he wanted to do it, and I loved it. So after I vibed to it, I was like, yo, I need you to do another verse. So he thought he was only coming to do one verse.
Right.
Because usually in my records, you know, I have 1 or 2, 3, 4 people on it. But this one, in my head, I was like, nah, I want this to be me, Nipsey, and John Legend. So he like started writing it, you know, he's like, I could tell he's like, oh, you want me, because the beat changed, he's like, you want me to do another verse? Like, the next verse, he started writing to it, but he had a club gig that night, so he couldn't finish it. So he went back to LA. So we recorded that in Miami, that first verse. Then he went back to LA, and he did the second verse in LA. And he sent it to me, and I was like, wow, this is incredible. And as soon as he sent it to me, I was already in the process of getting John Legend, because I heard the first verse, so I'm already inspired, you know, where to take this. And, you know, me and my guy, we came up with a great hook idea. Shout out my man KC, we came up with a great hook idea. And then boom, I sent it to John Legend, and he loved the idea. And then boom, he put that gospel on there. And, you know, I'm just telling you the truth, so I'm going to even tell you this. When we was playing the record, I told him, no, I'm just being honest. I told him we were going to win a Grammy. No, I told him this. And I felt it. It's not, if we win one, we don't win one, it's just the way, my mentality of the vision. Meaning as it was so special. I said, this is, not only is the album special, but this special.